We have today with us a very special guest, Arun. Arun has actually been hosting and being the master of ceremonies for Dilmah events for more than 15, 18 years?
Around about that time, yes.
Yes.
Not exactly sure when.
So Arun, you have you're a host for documentaries on TV and on radio as well, and I think you have witnessed the evolution of high tea, in Sri Lanka, and how Dilmah has pushed this high tea culture globally as well. Could you share with us a little bit about how the observation is for you?
Certainly, Jenny. Now, what I observe now is astounding because maybe, as you say, 18 years ago or 15 years ago, it would have been unthinkable from the usual way that we have considered tea and the refreshment that it provides as a beverage. I would never have thought of it as being something so elaborate, so excellent in presentation, and an exceedingly desirable experience that is offered. This to me is surprising. So you referred to evolution, and that word is very correct, because from what I do remember, in the earliest days, when I first began to be invited to work with Dilmah, I was not a partner in the business. I was an MC, just master of ceremonies, introducing the product in the presence of large numbers of people, many from overseas, but from Ceylon or Sri Lanka as well. This product was now to be made known in its versatility as a beverage which provides the experience of a moment. For a lot of people, tea is something that comes in a bag. You put that in a cup or a mug, and you pour hot water into it, and then in a little while it turns a different color. It turns brown or whatever, some darker than the others, and people add milk, sometimes a lot of sugar, sometimes no sugar at all, and they drink it, and they think of it as just merely functional to get over that moment, because you're supposed to have tea at this time, and you have breakfast and then you have tea, and so it goes on. Now there was a whole world that was being built around this humble drink. It's culture. You use that word too. It's a culture. So what I have been able to see is gradually people becoming aware, and people from overseas suddenly realizing there is something other than coffee. That was step number one, in a manner of speaking, broadly speaking. Now, what became very special is that tea was being paired with food. That kind of combination, or that kind of consciousness, was largely associated with alcoholic beverage, maybe wines.
That's true. Yeah.
So suddenly Dilmah comes along and says tea is not just a drink. It is terroir, it has aroma, it has something for different parts of the day, and it can be combined with food. Now, I do remember some of these training programs that were held over these years, and gradually people began to wake up to the possibilities. So 7 years ago, as I think by now others have spoken about it, Dilhan in particular managed to convince the company, and certainly convince his father, that there was a future in what might be called a special area, afternoon tea. So what now we are able to see with this global challenge is this concept being arriving at its fullest, and hopefully establishing a new culture for a time of day.
Well, thank you so much,
You're
Arun.
welcome.
That was very, very insightful to hear it from a Sri Lankan perspective.
Yes, and it continues to surprise me.
Well, cheers.